Rutch picks up an earth magic stone and a rare black steel knife worth 3 million gold. The team is shocked by her luck, especially since the knife is high quality and powerful. They remind her to handle it carefully. The team plans to hunt 10 more monsters to level up and farm items. Rutch is shocked by the number. They aim to earn as much as they did with previous rare equipment. Despite the effort needed, they agree it's much easier than past tough battles. Rutch questions the focus on gold. He replies gold brings strength. Suddenly, loud thuds interrupt their talk. A rare smiley horde appears. The group considers retreat but decides to face them head-on. They prepare to farm items fast. Rutch is told to thin the horde using her speed. He suspects something unusual about the Smiley's group behavior. They spot a rare monster, Frowny. He says Rutch's high luck stat caused its appearance. Rutch is surprised, thinking the horde was her fault. He tells Rutch to target the sad-faced leader. While he draws their attention, Rutch prepares to strike. He blocks the attack and calls Rutch for backup. She responds quickly as the leader charges again. He stuns the enemy with a shield bash. Rutch follows up with a critical dice thrust, smashing the target. They defeat Frowny, gaining experience and leveling up. But the other Smileys go berserk, and Elmas prepares for the next clash. With Frowny gone, the Smileys lose coordination. Elmas and Rutch quickly finish them off with powerful strikes. One Smiley tries to escape, but they stop it. Rutch lands the final blow, claiming the black steel drop. They collect powerful black steel gear and celebrate reaching their goal. But Elmas notices something strange dropped by Frowny. They discover a rare rune, not a magic stone. Elmas explains it boosts weapon power and sells for 20 million gold. They total their loot worth 5 million gold. Rutch is stunned, while Elmas calls it a huge win. They plan to hunt 6 more Smileys to reach their gold goal. But deep in the cave, something massive begins to awaken. As they move ahead, Rutch hums cheerfully. Elmas suddenly stops her, sensing something is off. Rutch hears loud booms and wonders if it's a giant Smiley. Elmas denies it, sensing the threat is something far more unusual. Elmas rules out the Dreamlord and realizes the booming sound might be from a mithril golem, a far more dangerous enemy. Elmas confirms it's a mithril golem, the ultra-rare monster of the dungeon. He's amazed by how lucky Rutch truly is. Elmas explains the mithril golem is far rarer than Frowny and far stronger. Defeating it could earn powerful mithril weapons. Elmas recalls how players died trying to fight the mithril golem. Even one hit could kill him. In this world, death is final, yet he still eyes the reward. Elmas knows fleeing is safest, but the lure of mithril is strong. It's far superior to black steel legendary and unmatched in power. Rutch steps up boldly, saying they should go for it. Despite her fear, she's ready to chase mithril like a true adventurer. Rutch believes her Lady Luck skill triggered the mithril golem. Elmas agrees they'll face it head-on with no hesitation. Elmas fires up it's time to hunt the mithril golem. But first, they need to choose the right terrain for the battle. As the mithril golem closes in, Elmas confirms it's still tracking them. Rutch nervously questions if this spot is really the best place to fight. Elmas explains why this narrow cave is ideal for the battle. The limited space will restrict the mithril golem's movements, giving them a strategic advantage just like when they defeated the Golden Rana. Elmas explains that the mithril golem is level 55 with high stats and auto recovery, making it a tough opponent. The only way to win is by landing critical hits. Rutch is nervous, but Elmas chose this spot because its narrow terrain gives them the best shot. The chapter ends with Elmas boldly declaring war on the towering mithril golem, a level 55 monster with full health and mana. With determination in his eyes, he vows to rip the precious mithril from its cold, dead hands, setting the stage for an epic battle. Chapter 33 kicks off with a thunderous roar from the mithril golem as it fully reveals itself. Towering over Elmas and Rutch, the ultra-rare monster radiates raw power, its crystal body gleaming menacingly in the narrow cave. The stage is set, the real battle begins now. Elmas charges in with determination, yelling that he'll create an opening. Rutch dashes after him, ready to strike. As the mithril golem roars and raises its massive fist, Elmas prepares to parry the crushing blow, but the sheer size and power of the attack leaves him wide-eyed in shock. The real fight has begun, and the pressure is on. A powerful clash between the knight and the mithril golem. The knight blocks a crushing punch with his shield, gritting his teeth under the pressure. The knight is thrown back by the golem's punch. He regains his stance, realizing this enemy is far stronger than anything he faced before. Elmas realizes disarming the golem won't work. But he's bought enough time. Rutch charges in, blades ready to strike. Rutch charges, ready to strike only to be slammed mid-air by the golem's massive fist. Rutch barely dodges the attack. The narrow path limits the golem's power, giving Elmas his chance to strike. Elmas successfully parries the blow, realizing he can deflect the golem's attacks if they aren't full force. Elmas leaps in and blocks the golem's attack, but the sheer force sends him sliding back. Elmas lands a direct shield bash on the golem, knowing he's at a stat disadvantage, but he's betting on something else. Elmas uses the shield bash to create distance and evade. Smirking, he mocks the golem for overextending. Rutch lands a perfect dice thrust, rolling a critical 6 and striking the golem hard. The critical hit drops the golem's HP to 56. It roars in anger and lashes out, forcing Rutch to retreat quickly. Rutch charges in again with fierce determination. With the golem weakened, Elmas cheers her on. They just need one more solid hit to finish it off. Just as Rutch charges in, the golem roars and strikes. She panics, but Elmas dashes in to protect her. Elmas activates Shadow Stomp, freezing the golem in place. He struggles, dragging his sword into position for a decisive strike. Elmas stops the golem, but it keeps coming. Frustrated, he braces for another attack, barely holding on. Elmas lands a solid blow, slamming the golem to the ground. He shouts to Rutch this is her moment to finish it. Rutch strikes with dice thrust, but it misses. She lands and grits her teeth. I missed. Elmas stays focused. This moment is critical. If the golem recovers, it's over. Rutch needs to land one more hit. Elmas charges forward, activating Life Shield. Elmas slashes and slams his shield into the golem's chest. Shield bash. He follows up with a Shadow Stomp, refusing to let it rise again. Elmas blocks the charge and yells, "Do it now!" The golem wobbles, barely staying upright. Rutch attacks again, another miss. Elmas urges her to stay focused as the golem powers up. Elmas blocks the attack, but his strength is fading. The golem charges another strike. The golem's punch lands hard. Elmas is slammed into the wall, his body and shield cracking under the pressure. The golem prepares another devastating punch. Elmas braces, thinking this is the end. Rutch lands a perfect critical hit just in time, piercing through the golem's core with her dice thrust. With a powerful scream, Rutch follows up the critical hit with another perfect 6, driving her weapon even deeper. The golem's body begins to shatter under the pressure. The golem crumbles into pieces as both Elmas and Rutch level up. With 1343 experience points earned, Rutch beams with relief while Elmas praises her. Their hard battle finally comes to an end. Rutch finds a huge magic stone worth 2 million gold. As she and Elmas rest, they dream about the wealth of stronger adventurers. Meanwhile, someone sneaky makes a move in the background. Elmas and Rutch admire a cute mithril ingot worth a whopping 25 million gold. They're stunned by its value, while someone secretly snatches it away. Rutch is shocked the ingot is worth 25 million. Elmas explains it's from a rare mithril golem and suggests forging a weapon from it instead of selling since mithril gear is top tier at their level. Elmas decides to forge a mithril knife for Rutch instead of armor or a shield, since she's key to their battle strategy. Rutch is excited, and Elmas feels grateful, wanting to repay the debt he owes her. Elmas and Rutch tally up their loot over 68 million gold. They're aiming next for the Grim Reaper's Grip skill book, confident they'll reach it soon. Rutch worries about monsters on their way out, but Elmas assures her they're too strong now, especially after beating the mithril golem and leveling up. Elmas tells Rutch there's a shortcut to warp back. She's surprised, but he's like, "You've done it before." Elmas says they can warp out if they beat the Dream Lord. He's confident since he knows its attack pattern. Rutch looks nervous. Elmas feels ready for the Dream Lord. Rutch reveals it's a rock centipede called the Boulder Centipede, and she's clearly not thrilled. Rutch is terrified of the giant centipede but tries to act brave, insisting she can handle it despite visibly shaking. Rutch nervously assigns all her points to Fool's Acrobatics as they prepare to face the next big challenge behind the door. Rutch unlocks Multi-Hit Acrobatics and practices the skill, quickly grasping the twirling, mana-driven movement. Elmas reveals the Boulder Centipede's weakness to multi-hit skills. Confident, Rutch gears up, believing they can defeat the Dream Lord easily. As the door to the Dream Lord creaks, a massive centipede stirs in the dark, ominously buzzing ready for battle. The boulder centipede looms large, its massive body and strength making it a true dreamlord. Rutch and Elmas prepare to fight. Elmas warns Rutch to stay alert. They're at the deepest level of the dream hole, facing a dreamlord. As the massive door opens, tension builds. The door opens, bathing them in light. Rutch is awestruck by the stunning underground scenery. Rutch admires the cave's beauty, but Elmas warns they're out of time, the enemy is already here. The massive centipede crashes into view, towering before Elmas and Rutch. The rock centipede, a level 60 dreamlord, emerges buzzing loudly as Elmas braces for battle. Elmas readies for battle, eager to farm XP, while Rutch cringes at the sight of the approaching multi-legged centipede. The centipede strikes hard, nearly crushing them. Elmas signals Rutch to follow their battle plan. She leaps into action. Elmas charges with a shield bash. Rutch takes flight, blade in hand, focused and ready to strike. Rutch lands on the centipede's back, its weakest spot. Elmas draws its attention, buying time. The battle begins. Rutch unleashes multi-hit acrobatics, slashing the centipede's back repeatedly. The monster shrieks in pain, clearly taking heavy damage. The centipede retaliates with rock blasts. Elmas shouts to Rutch she prepares for one final strike. Rutch lands the final blow with multi-hit acrobatics. The rock centipede's HP drops to 0. Rutch defeats the boss with a final blow. They gain 2379 experience points. Rutch and her partner level up, but strange hot smoke rises from the defeated centipede, confusing them both. The centipede isn't dead, hot steam erupts, and Rutch gets caught off guard. Rutch is saved just in time, yet the Dreamlord begins to evolve, crackling with power.